All right.
Yo, what's up?
Wait, let me intro first.
Okay, you have to do the intro.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be the one that you intro.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Hello, friends. Welcome to Music Nation Speaks with me, Joe, where I use this platform to chat and learn from people who are professionals and passionate in what they do from all walks of life. All right. And today I'm very, very happy to be back in the studio again physically. But of course, we are, maintaining social distancing and things like that. Hello, Belle. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you hear or like what you see later on, please invite your friends and share it to your friends as well. All right, so before we get into today's guests, a bit of keeping to do as usual. So Music Nation Speaks is powered and produced by Major Music. Major Music is a music school here in Puchong, Selangor, as well as a retail store and live sound company for events. All right, so if you're around the area or are interested in taking online and physical music lessons, do check out Major Music for their one-on-one music lessons in guitar, bass, drums, vocals, and so on. If you have an event such as weddings or company events and you're in need of sound systems, give Major Music a call. And if you need a space to perform, record, or do live streams such as this, let them know. They're a great team of people, super passionate about what they do, and they give amazing service. So shout out to Jared, Ken, Jimmy, and Izora for helping us set this up today. They're amazing and I miss them so much. All right, on to our next bit. Music Nation is now offering group vocal classes and group songwriting classes on ClassPass Malaysia, as well as individual classes for singing, guitar, piano, music theory, and songwriting. So these things only. We're located at Kedai KL, Masa Avenue, PJ. I'll be teaching those classes, and hopefully we'll have new teachers joining us in our team very, very soon. So if you are interested in community learning with your friends or family members, or if you want to explore songwriting, check Music Nation out on ClassPass, or just walk in, come say hello, and we'll set you up with the free trial class. All right. So, enough introductions. We have the one and only Joey from ELECOLDXHOT.
All right, yo, what's up, guys? Hi,
What's
it's good
up,
to be
what's
here. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
It's going to be my first podcast.
Ever? Okay, so we have to 掺中文、掺英文 a
Yes,
little bit.
我们要掺一点这样子啊。
还有
Forgive
趣
me,
点吗？
forgive me for my very bad and sampah Chinese. I will try my best. My very
Banana.
best. Banana. I'm actually a banana, but I have to learn.
Yeah, we have to learn very, very
to.
soon.
Yes.
But I mean, for me, it's like when I first knew you, when we first met, I was like 15 or 16 years old back in those days, and then the primary language was 中文because the environment was in Mandarin, and you're forced to teach in Mandarin also, and then we're forced to sing in Mandarin also.
I still remember I have to explain to 3 different group of people,
Yes.
Where some people who can understand Cantonese better,
Yes.
some can understand English better,
Yes.
and some can understand Mandarin better. So you know, once you say okay, 5, 6, 7, 8，你個腳唔可以放喺嗰度，your leg，out，你的腳開一點。
Three language,
three dialect, 3 language in just one. Yeah, so
with one instruction, 3 language.
yeah,
Boom.
yeah. So mostly the English will be for her. So everyone else is speaking Chinese, and I am struggling.
It's not just me. A few of us also. Okay.
Yeah. It should be a few because I had to do it, so it must be a few.
So yes, the cat is out of the bag. I used to learn dance. Okay, started with ballet and then met this wonderful guy, which he introduced me to the world of hip hop, of pop, dancing, popping, locking,
Yeah,
all
everything.
those
I
things.
used to teach everything.
Now also what?
She tries. She tries her best.
Tried.
She tried her
Past
best.
tense.
Yeah. She tried her best, and she actually did quite good despite some hiccups. But everyone learns, you know.
We learn, we live, we learn, and then we let go of things that aren't meant to be.
Yeah, and you know, back then I wasn't this mellow, I guess, and I was quite screamy. You could-
Okay lah.
Screamy, right? Last time I was quite screamy. I was screaming a lot.
You were quite loud, I
Yeah,
remember.
loud. Yeah.
You're quite loud, but you weren't like the aggressive loud.
Dictator, teacher. You know,
No,
yeah.
you're very enthusiastic.
Maybe deep down I'm just a nice
Nice guy.
person. Yeah, nice person. All right.
We know a few people who aren't.
Okay.
Anyways, okay. So before we jump into your dance journey and your
Right.
life journey, okay,
Okay.
I wanted to introduce you. So you are from the dance crew ELECOLDXHOT,
Yes.
and you are a dancer, a choreographer, and also a dance instructor, and also a business owner. I would say
Yeah.
I would put you in that
Yeah,
category.
business owner. Well, we will become business owner one way or another, you know. When you start selling something, you are a business owner.
Yes, when you are your own brand,
Yeah.
you are a business owner.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
All right, so let's rewind back to Baby Joey,
Okay.
or the time where, how did you get into dance?
Dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were talking about this before just now. I was like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
don't tell me now.
Yeah, I gotta
save it for the
it.
podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. So, Baby Joey is not the dancer. You know, Baby Joey is just a very naughty kid who just wants to run around.
Yeah.
That is all. But
很多 energies, huh?
But back then, when I was young, I always remember I have this desire
Yeah.
to materialize what is in my mind.
Ah.
I have this very, very burning desire to do it. I just don't know why, you know.
Yeah.
So I started off without having any output.
Right.
Then I'll do it for. I actually expressed it in comic. You know, so I
So
read
you
a,
were drawing.
I read a lot of comic. I watch a lot of Dragon Balls, Power Rangers. You know all those.
Naruto.
No, back then there's no Naruto. No.
What do you mean back then there's no Naruto?
But Baby Joey, when I was like 3, 4, 4, 5岁, 6岁,
5-6岁这样,
very young, very young. So I draw this stick man because I'm very bad at drawing. So I just buy the buku latihan and draw stick man, and whatever I imagine, I just draw it out, and I would read it back, you know. And
Yeah.
my mom would keep it for a few years, and then it just lost. You know, if now it would be a relic.
Disappeared.
Yeah,
Now
disappeared.
relic.
A relic. Yeah. So yeah. So back then it was like that up until this desire have no output
Yeah.
until I became I learned dance. I learned dance for the first time
old?
at 13. That is also because my mom drive me, like really pushed me to do it. I was dancing by myself to Backstreet Boys songs in my kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah, so because I'm a big fan of Backstreet Boys, I'm
Wow.
a big fan of Westlife.
The boy
typical-
band
the boy
lah.
band, you know, handsome boy band, you know, performing, dancing, singing, you know, back in the days. So I was really into them, and I would dance to their song in the kitchen. And my mom saw it, and she was like, "Why don't you learn?" You know, she go find this studio, get me to call them. You know, she
Yeah.
refused to do it because she wants me to learn how to make an appointment and stuff. So I have to call. And the funny thing is that there was this woman who picked up the phone, and she sound, if she's listening, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Because she
你还
does
认识的吗？现在到现在还认识？
认识 occasionally long, like after 1 or 2 years we'll say hi, how are you?
One of those friends.
Yeah,
lah.
one of those friends. But back then she guided me a lot. Because I also work in that studio. After a while, but that is story for later.
Yes.
So what happened is I called, and there's this very matured. I try to be very nice here. Matured voice.
你要
Matured,
中打了 after this podcast.
very matured, like 40, 50. Because I have this thought of I will be learning hip hop, you know, street
Yes.
dance, you know, break dance, you know.
Yes.
But there's this auntie pick up the phone, and she tell me, I asked the question. So the hip hop class, when is it? I can still remember it's on Monday, 8 o'clock.
At
It's
night.
still at night. So I was worried, I go there, I say yes, I will be there for the trial class. I went there and I sat there and I'm so scared that there will be an auntie,
Teaching you.
come out and this is hip hop, but then teaching aerobic, that kind of thing. But then no, there's this guy, this cool guy just walked up and said, "Oh, 这个是你的新的学生." Then the receptionist said, 新的学生. I'm like, I'm so timid that time and went there and learned. But that class is not a real hip hop class. It's just a contemporary dance teacher, a theater performer who just so happened to also like hip hop.
I see.
And he's already a good dancer, a very, very good dancer. So it's easy for him to adapt.
Yes.
And he's also a fan of all this boy band and stuff. And so he gets the hip hop thing. But it still is not the real hip hop.
We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because I actually took a hip hop dance class in college.
Yeah.
Just so as an elective lah.
Yeah.
And then my teacher, he's African American and he grew up in that environment. So he gave us a layout of like what is the history,
hip-hop.
the West Coast versus East Coast, that kind of thing, different names.
yes.
And then how the names relate to the moves and things like that. So
That's
we need to
correct.
talk about that.
Yes.
So backtrack a little bit, right? You were saying that you had no outlet to manifest your creativity.
Yeah.
So that means that you already have a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts going through your mind.
Yes,
And
just something, thoughts, anything, feelings, thought, emotion. By that time, it's not really emotion. It's more like, I want this to happen.
Yes.
It's like, okay, what if Goku, from Dragon Ball, what if Goku did this, and then Power Ranger came in, it's a very weird thing, but then it happened. It happened
the
in my
best
mind.
crossover ever.
That kind of thing. So I just want to see it instead of imagining it.
Right.
So I just drew it out.
So you created it.
Yeah, I created that whole story and only I can understand the story because there's no dialogue, you see. And I'm very bad at language. I'm very bad. I can't even spell elephant up to standard 4. So I'm very bad and game helped me a lot. Playing Final Fantasy just helped me a lot. My sister would be there translating and this is what he meant. Story-based game, you have to understand the story.
You have to read that to understand the story.
Yeah, and me can't read is a very big, very bad, very, very bad. And academically, I'm not the brightest and have to work really hard to get through. So
Same lah. That's why we're in this 在这行嘛.
Yes. If I'm just smart. No.
We are street smart.
We are street smart.
Yeah.
Actually, after a while, I think going into this business as a performer is the smartest choice. It is the smartest choice after you see a few. Okay, so skip my story. Skip my past and come to the present. I'm 31 years old now, and so
You don't look lah. 你不讲，没有人知道的啦。
就这样子，我们不要骗人家嘛。人家看到我了，就哇很年轻这样子，我不要骗你啦，我31岁了。
还是很年轻啊，不用紧啊，不用讲啊。
是不是？But so I've seen people who work 9 to 5. I've been with someone who worked 9 to 5. I've tasted a bit of part-time and so far I think being a dancer really improved and without me knowing my quality of life. Really expand it. It's not every time that you get to work with artists. That's for one. That's not every time you can work with artists. Not every job allows you to meet different people who share the same passion as you and able to compete and show who's the bigger, who's better, it's that kind of heated moment when you're young. Not a lot of occupation give you that.
That satisfaction.
That satisfaction.
And that outlet.
Yes, and it becomes
self-expression.
It becomes so satisfying, and me then doesn't realize. But I'm actually truly living the best moment of my life. And you can say everyone who preach you should get a job is actually envious of my life.
What do you mean?
Because you can see my friends, there are best friends that comes and go. They're good friend, close friend. And those people will always sometimes advise me and Joey, how long will you be dancing?
Yes,
yeah,
我想问的啦。
that kind of question. How long
Yeah,
will you
yeah.
be dancing?
Yeah.
You want to dance until when? 你要跳到几时哦？
是哦。
你的脚伤了，你的肾伤，
然后
你会怎样？What's your plan B？全部东西他们会问
Backup
很
plan
多。
是什么？
你这样子你开心吗？你赚多钱嘛？Some people some of my friends that is already doing quite well in their life financially, they will like
corporate jobs 啦。
周末这样辛苦赚那个2000块周末要这样辛苦，你跳死这样子赚那个400块这样子。So there will be a lot of these conversations with my friend, and you can.
And I'm sure you've been having those conversations since you decide to go into this line until now, right?
But never from my mom.
Yeah, I want to ask.
Never from my mom.
Okay.
That is the very interesting thing about my life. That is very lucky compared to my dancer peers.
Yeah.
That my parents was never on, like nagging, like, okay, how long you want to dance? I give you the freedom to dance already. So how long you want to play? Like, never until
Is this
now.
phase over yet?
Yeah, no, this is not the phase. They think that this is something I'm meant to do. It's something that I'm so passionate with that they will let me do and let me flourish. So that is very important to all the future's parents that in the future, things will be more diverse. It's not just going to office and come back anymore.
And you see that now already with the pandemic.
Yeah. So just have to broaden up our thinking, I would say, because the thing about generation is we will have the problem with the previous generation.
Oh, yeah.
Because the previous generation, they have this culture that they survive up to the age that they reproduce an heir.
Yeah.
And whatever they did worked.
Yeah.
So during that time, they have to work very hard to earn the money to take care of a family and stuff. And it's still true today. It's just that the way we see it, our perspective is just very different.
Yeah.
I guess the things that we can accept.
Yeah.
You imagine just girls wearing pants is not accepted
Not.
50 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, 50, 60 years ago. Short pants.
Yes.
It will be obscene. But
Yeah.
now it's everywhere,
Yes.
It's not wrong. Girls supposed to be able to wear whatever they want.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
So it's the generation acceptance thing. So we will be facing the same problem. We will become parents and our ideology, our culture will be here, will be so set, and we are so sure that this works and this is the correct culture, that the future culture
It's wrong.
It'll be hard to swallow.
Yes.
Yes, it'll be hard to swallow.
But that's their job as the next generation, isn't
Yes,
it? To
yes.
flourish even more. I saw this quote actually, like this not meme, like this quote, like my grandfather studied warfare so that he can win the war, and then my
correct.
father studied diplomacy so that
There's peace.
Yes, there's peace, and so that I can study arts. That along the line. So it's not about like doing what our forefathers did or doing what our parents did to survive, because that was their time. That's
time,
what
yes,
they
correct.
had to do. And now we have the freedom. Of course, they want us to do well also. What?
Correct.
That kind of thing. So actually, let's go back to your parents. I'm very amazed that because what I would hear is, if, for example, if I were to say, or not me lah, like other kids or if they start dancing to Backstreet Boys or start singing, that kind of things, like 哎呀不要啦，读好书先, 这些是 hobby 罢了. They won't actually, a lot of the times, not many households or not many parents will actually like, if you like it, make your own appointment, do it. So what made your mom actually like,
My mom, you can say that my mom realized it earlier than most parents. Some parents wait until their kids already 18, 19, then only they realize they should be chasing their passion. So that's not too late, but still later than is preferred. You want them to, when they are exploring, then you just nurture them. But my mom is still very strict on education. She always thinks that you can do whatever you want, but you must score your exam.
因为那个是你的责任，对不对？
Yes, that is your responsibility. So she still send me to tuitions. She still come and guide me. She still set the 2-hour study time. And my sister would be monitoring me, and she would call my mom, Mommy, she didn't study 2 hours. She play game. Then come back kena. Teruk macam tu, Yeah, it will be that kind of case. So I academically very bad. Not good. It's not very bad. But I pick up after some years, after I understand language, which comes back to language is very important. If you, the moment you know how to read, everything comes easier.
Right.
You know how to read properly.
Yes.
So not just read macam tu.
Like one word, one word.
Understand the whole sentence of what it is. And that game helped me a lot.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it helped me a lot because you have to understand that the production for this game involve a lot of professionals. And the language that they use is sometimes very deep and ancient. Sometimes they use ancient
big words.
I learned my first word. What do you say? How do you say this? This word. I first see it in the game before the teacher teach me.
Before anywhere
rendezvous.
else. Rendezvous.
And this word, I threw it to an English teacher. She pronounced it rendezvous. You can imagine the difference of exposure that school. I mean, school is good for standard teaching, but to
pass exams,
to go more is always outside.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Even with music also, like when I was in college, I go for classes, but then the experience and the exposure, the extracurricular stuff you learn outside of school
is way more valuable. Am I right? Yes. Always like that. So the things that I've gained throughout my dance career, traveling, especially traveling, opened my mind more. Way more in terms of creativity and also how I see life. Perspective. So for me, I've not been not been how do you say? What's the better word to put it? Regretting. In a way I do not regret that I should have done this, I should have done that. Until now I've always very thankful of what I've been through, and I just want to relive it. Not change anything. I just want to relive that moment because it's so fun. Yes, it's so fun. That's the time where you just man, I should have better appreciate and enjoy that moment.
Yes.
It's always come to
time. It's just because I feel like we live our life based on projects after projects after projects. So when that thing is done, it's like that feeling is gone. And then we're gonna chase the next
one
project, the next one, right?
Yep.
So before we go into how you guys got into competitions, how you started teaching dance, what is it that helped you inspire you to choreograph, to create your own dance, right? Before that, I want to talk about your theater background.
Oh, my theater background. Okay.
That got you into dance.
Okay. Theater didn't get me into dance. But it's always the passion that got me into dance. It's always me that, like I said just now, like a curator just now is. You see the mix language only happened in Malaysia.
我们的 project 全部出来了。
一定会出来的，讲 comfortable 了，全部东西会出来的，慢慢 come out 的，慢慢 come out。死了。
And then it takes you 1 second to realize, oh shit. 可以啦 shit, okay.
Okay. So it's passion, dancing in the kitchen, dance class, dance class stop. Because the teacher got too busy. Because theatre, that time that theatre dua space always work with Istana Budaya. So they always have big projects and very busy, and you have to skip those project rehearsal to come back to teach that 1 hour class and then go back. So it's very tiring for them. And the headmaster then, his headmaster, his leader, company boss, tell him that, okay, choose.
Either you do
you got one class. Here got one company. Choose. So it's a no-brainer for him. So you have to give up the class. He told us and everything, and the class stopped just like that. And then he approached me and said, I can see that you're very passionate about dance and stuff. You want to dance? Yeah, I can get. You want to be our trainee, but it's not hip hop. He forewarned me. He told me beforehand.
It's not hip hop.
It's not hip hop. It's gonna be. It's the ballet. That kind of thing.
Contemporary.
Contemporary. So I said, okay, it's
Why
still
not?
dance. Something, maybe I'll like it.
Yeah.
Because actually, I think it's really cool. Actually, I saw them perform a few times during the studio concert. Studio always have concert yearly, annual concert.
Yes,
so
yes,
that
yes.
studio have concerts. And they will perform because they are the
Instructors.
the dual space is like this.
Yes.
On top is the theater,
Yes.
below is the academy.
Oh, so they actually have a performance space on top.
Yes. So in total they have 4 studios.
Whoa.
Yeah, the whole building is theirs except for the ground floor.
Wow.
So
现在还在吗？
还在 it still exists.
I see. Okay. So you got exposed to contemporary dance through
Before,
their
through their performance, and then sometimes I will follow them because he's my teacher.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
follow them. Wow, all this Coco Tete split, all split, jump split, ponytail. Oh, walao! What is this world? It's become very amazing. It's my first time seeing it live, and I'm touched.
Yes.
Like, I wish I could do that.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, that kind of feeling. Yeah,
Yes,
it's very
yes.
valuable. I wish I could
still
do
have that now.
Yeah, and they make it so easy. You see.
Yes, they make it so effortless, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So what happened is when he invited me, I said yes. Yeah. It's a no-brainer. I said yes. I told my mom. My mom said okay. So what is their training like? Yeah, go there. Have to be there.
You have to go there.
Yeah, just go there. Training. 6 hours. Have to
Yes.
do their set. And this is where and now I look back, and this is what separate them from the normal, and what make ELECOLDXHOT is because we do the same thing as them. They train more than this is their regular schedule. Okay,
Right.
so they wake up at 11, 12.
Yes.
Okay?
In the morning.
In the morning, they sleep in the studio.
Oh.
Everyone sleep in the studio.
Oh my God.
Because a few of them from Kuantan, one from JB, one from here, one from here. So when this theater went for a tour, they start recruiting people. Okay, they went for a tour. They do a musical tour, and then you want to
you
come?
can,
You can. You got a bit background. You want to come? I train you, and then you become a permanent. You sign contract and stuff. I give you regular.
So it's like it becomes a company.
Yeah, I pay you salary. I pay you salary. So, but it's not much, but it's a salary for dance. Back then,
It's a big thing.
you got the job as a dancer. Everyone would have taken it. I would have taken it if he asked me that time.
Right.
So because I was so into it that time.
And you were around like 15, 16 years old, right?
15.
15 years old.
15 years old.
Oh my
So
God.
I became a trainee because the Coco Tete is not a lot older than me. Some is very old. Some is like 30 plus, 27 by that time. Some
Not
is
very old, okay?
he's 15 years old, 12 years different.
Or very old. Like.
Yeah, very old. Old Coco already. And this one, wow. That kind of thing. There's only 1 year older than me, which is
16.
Kenneth. She's just 1 year older than me. So she looked like she's already like 19, 20 because she dyed her hair. That
Right.
time I'm still schooling where I can dye her hair. So it become that a thing. So they wake up at 11, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. So they will have their breakfast and tea, and then they'll start stretching at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Okay.
You start stretching. Their stretching is always an hour plus. You can see them stretch, and sometimes they are so tired they would just fall asleep.
During stretching.
Doing stretching, they do a split and then they just lean forward and they just fell asleep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it's very tiring. You'll know later when I finish their schedule. So they will after the stretching, the headmaster will come in, the choreographer will come in. Then he'll start saying, okay, let's do set A. So everyone they switch on the music and then they'll do their basics. All basics, strictly basics. And they have been doing that for years.
Like what kind of basics? Like
They-
ballet basics or
Ballet basics are involved, modern walking, the contem walk and the contem running, all these very basics. They have to do the sets, practice their lines. If they did it wrong, everyone have to do it again. If they keep doing it wrong, then you'll be called out and then do it in front of the headmaster. It's that kind of training process.
Right.
A very China kind of training process, which is where the headmaster is trained. He's trained in Cloud Gate.
不知道
Cloud Gate is in Taiwan very famous contem group. troupe, very famous, very big. So you
Okay.
come here, everyone will like, wow. They will start samba. Oh, this guy, this group, very power.
Right.
So-
Right.
And then there's two choreographers, there are two owners of the theatre, and another one is trained in Hong Kong. So he's very technical. He's very straight, very technical. Everything is just technique. Whereas another one is a contrast, where it's feeling. You know,
Right.
Very good contrast.
Right,
and
right.
Then they
So-
bring a very good flavor.
I see.
Occasional headbutts.
Yes.
But flavors.
I see.
So
So they complement each other.
compliment, you see, it's full of emotion, but the technique is solid.
Right,
You
right.
see it then. Yeah. Everyone have a role.
Ah.
So they will practice just basics.
Yeah,
Just basics. They will
Yeah.
practice 4 to 5 hours. Just basics. No rest. No suddenly you sit down and go have makan.
Makan,
No
yeah.
such thing, man. Very disciplined. Very
Yes.
disciplined until 5-6 o'clock they finish their whole training.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a break. Maybe
In
they,
between.
in between, maybe they go have dinner.
Dinner.
Okay. After
Yeah.
dinner, come up, digest, maybe watch TV a bit. 8 o'clock they will start. If that day nothing, that day nothing, 8 o'clock they will start practicing for their show. For even if they do not have show, they will practice any routine. They will start practicing and then not satisfied, keep
Do it
correcting. Maybe choreographer is in the mood of changing something. He changed something, make sure you're able to do it.
Right,
Everyone is
right.
expected to work like robot. Sometimes you train until 12, 1 o'clock, and then they have sometimes you have to do full costume,
Or full dress rehearsal.
full dress, just so that you can get the feel of dancing in this routine in that dress,
Right.
in the
right.
costume. So
or in those shoes.
yes, and after that, the training end 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You have to wash the costume. So after every process end is 5 o'clock already, and then the next day you repeat the same thing.
That's why they wake up at like 11, 12.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's always been like that.
So it actually is like a job.
worse. The job pays you OT.
Oh, true.
This job doesn't pay you OT, and you are expected on
to show up.
for base with passion as an excuse. You should be passionate about this, but sometimes passion, when you drive it too far,
Yeah.
it becomes a job.
Yes.
So you have to find a balance.
Yes.
And they are staying there, so you have no excuse to not come.
Yeah.
Everyone is staying there. Everyone. So you wake up,
You cannot say I'm sick. I
I'm
cannot come
sick.
in today.
You're sick. Come see your temperature. 干对不是
I see.
Yes.
Oh no. So then, okay. So that is their schedule. So how do you fit into? How do you as a trainee fit into their schedule? So
I just
you have school.
I have school.
Yeah.
But they start training at 2. So after school, I have to rush there, join them for their basic training.
Right.
The one of the seniors
Right.
would come and guide me a few. Then he go for his training, guide me a bit, go for his training, guide me a bit, go for his training until I can join their training. Which, until I quit,
Yeah.
I'm still unable to fully do their training. So their training have set A1, set A2, set A3, which will get progressively more difficult. And I cannot follow up to the end. I can maybe do set A1 till 2.
Right.
But 3, no way. Because 3 requires you to run, do a jumping split, and then suddenly do what, go down, and then do what. And then I'm like, how?
How?
So that is my contemporary journey. So I'm there, but I haven't really fully learned everything, and I
Right.
just realized that this isn't for me. Not
Right.
because it's too difficult. It's just I cannot express
What you want?
it's not how I want to express my creativity. Whatever is in my brain, you know?
Right,
It
right,
cannot
right.
come out. So after SPM,
Cannot come out. Yes.
just there, So
I feel you.
Yeah.
My personal experience was when I started singing.
Yeah.
那种民歌啊
yeah.
Like I
a
love
pop song.
Yeah. No.
那民歌
Folk song.
Folk song. Oh,
Chinese folk song.
Okay.
Like.
The olden,
Yeah,
okay.
older 老师 they come,
Yes.
they teach you how to sing in the choir,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
yeah.
Like even though I love singing,
Yeah.
like you
Sometimes
cannot come out.
Cannot connect. Just cannot. I can sing with all my techniques and everything. It's just
Yes.
that rasa cannot synchronize with the music because genre problem, and then
Yes.
just doesn't connect.
Exactly. So I feel you. Yeah. So after you quit that dance company,
I didn't exactly quit actually.
what did you not do?
I just because after the musical tour, one
Yes.
musical tour, which is the what is it already? 嫦娥 the Moon Princess, the Moon Princess and stuff.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have this musical that tour to Kuantan, tour Melaka, everything. I followed, and I'm the son. I'm the son, you know. So very minor role, but I followed and I learned a lot.
Yes,
So
yes,
after
yes.
that, and I had fun, really fun. You know, had my first tour and stuff.
Yeah.
So but just doesn't feel right. The training was not me. Everything was not me. So I just tell them that this year SPM Form 5. This year SPM, so I have to
Take
stop
a
for a
step
while,
back.
slow for a while, focus on study. But nah.
Yeah,
That's
you've already set your heart to not.
but during that time in school,
Yeah.
I'm developing my own club, my dance club, and I'm already starting to inspire people. Not consciously, I just dance and people follow. I still remember I have this battle after a marathon.
Wow.
I have this friend who is a gymnast who can do a lot of good flips. So we sort of dance together a little bit, and then after the marathon, we just walk around school, chill. And then there's this guy doing some freeze, the breakdance move. I'm like, so easy.
I also can do it.
I also can do it. Then we start doing, and then people come battle us, and then we start having this battle circle, and it's just like step up. You imagine step up,
Step
but
Up.
in school, but in school. So no.
With the
all
uniform and everything.
PJK. PJK. Some dirty, go back kena school, white color PJK, you spin on the floor, kena, And then what happened is, from then onwards, people start expecting me to show up in the hall to dance after school. So I just started doing it. And
So that became your trademark.
yeah, and if you ask my peers, they will just remember that Joey dancing in the hall and got the clothes all dirty, sweaty and dirty and everything. So we dance up to, but that time because it looked cool. It looked cool. It just looked cool. And then the afternoon school, the students come in, the girls, and so I was like, hey, see this move, come. Do one move like that, that kind of young time. That time. I young and horny, what to do? That time.
Still
so like that lah, huh?
Yes. Raging hormones.
Teenage hormone, wasn't thinking straight, but did a good job.
Yeah, well, but you used that extra
energy
into dance, into something that you enjoyed.
Yep.
Right?
Because me being a very athletic young teen, so I do basketball, I do the running, do all the sports, everything. I try to do as much as possible, and then dancing just connects, and just this being the street dance, street dance just connects to my younger self. And so I really went into it, and then I formed a club, and then I go against teacher. Teacher said no dancing. They set up CCTV for us, just to prevent us from dancing in the hall. We had to dance behind the CCTV. Yeah.
Know where the blind spots are.
Yeah, and it got so bad that teacher actually warned us. And called me to office and told me that, okay, this is not working. You cannot do this anymore. And what if get injured and the school will be responsible and stuff like that. So what I did is I went home. I typed my own surat kebenaran. And then I go and give all the people who want to dance with me, and then ask them to go back, get their parents to sign, and then come give me, I pass to teacher.
Wow.
Teacher just
cannot say anything,
No, teacher just, Joey, why you want to do that? is that trying to convince me to just think properly in that kind of moment? Why you want to do that? And then I suggest to teacher, why don't you just start a new curriculum and put a teacher in charge to supervise us and stuff? That happened, but it became cultural dance. So under the guise of cultural dance, we got a room, and then we can do. But a room still cannot show off to people, so we still do it on the hall.
In the hall.
Yeah. So but after that, teacher stopped kacau us already. So teacher is like, tak apalah.
Close one eye lah. Let them do lah. Kids will be kids lah.
Yes. So I start performing for the school events.
Right.
Solo, and then there's a group, and then everything. I try to choreograph, try my best. If not, I started off copying off YouTube.
Yes.
Everything starts with a copy, and then it becomes you.
Yes.
After
We imitate first, right?
After that, this street thing connects to me more than the contemporary. So I decided that maybe this is not what I want to do. So I just said,
Where did you see the street dance from?
Nothing.
How was your?
Oh yeah.
What was your exposure?
My first time is this movie called You Got Served. You Got
谁的？
Served. That one
Don't
is you know what's this artist called? I can't remember his name. He's a black artist. He's a black rap artist. He's a dancer, very good dancer.
Yeah.
He start in this is during the same time as Step Up 1 or before it. Is a very, very raw hip-hop battle movie.
Oh my god.
Very cliche for now. It's a very cliche storyline, and you know, betrayal, and then got this teammate go to another team, and then got all your moves. You know, the very cliche one. But then the today dance movie is based on that kind of storyline. It's always based on that. So they are like one of the pioneers to do it,
Right,
especially with hip hop.
Yes.
So it's so raw that the dance scene is so raw that you actually feel so amazed, so inspired, you know, the moves, and so cool with the music. And I would watch it every time I finish school. After school, come back and I just watch it with a sandwich. My mom would buy me sandwich, I can remember. From what's that bakery called? Barry.
Barry Bakery.
Got this sandwich with a ham in the center with mayonnaise. I would eat it and wow.
And watch.
Then after a while, I watched it so long, I just got so tired of the story, I just skip it to the dance scene. That's my YouTube. That would be my YouTube before my internet.
Yes.
Because internet that time was still jarring.
Yes. And then when you use internet, when people call, disconnect.
And it's costly.
Yes.
Very costly. Slow and costly. So it's not effective for me. The movie is the next best thing.
Yeah.
You know,
so you just skip to the dance scene. How they dance, huh?
But I didn't try. The thing is, I didn't try. I didn't try to do what they do.
Oh, so you just watch only?
Because from my perspective, whatever they do is impossible for me to do. Even just move alone, because their move is just that good.
Right.
Just that raw from the heart.
Right.
Without regard to basics.
Right.
So it's just them. You know, it's their culture. It is their culture. So it just comes from the soul. Just like that. It feels so inspired.
I like that it came from the soul.
Yeah. So you know, when they are the originator, you know. So what to do? They are born into it.
Yes.
So that got me to stop contemporary, and the whole business in dancing in the school got me to continue. Even I've stopped the theatre, I continue to do dancing in school. After SPM, right after SPM, me and my best friend Thomas Xiao Tong, he and me got this idea. Let's join competition. Got one competition in Rawang. We're in Puchong. One competition in Rawang. No car, nothing. So
right after SPM.
Right after SPM. On January.
Wow.
January. On the 8th of January, I remember.
Yeah.
So this competition is very interesting. I'll tell you later. So we actually took several bus with KTM and everything all the way to Rawang. That is a 4-hour journey.
Oh my
we started very early, 6 o'clock in the morning. We started and reached there 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I saw my current group ex-leader, the first leader. So he was there. He's Chris Uy.
Yes.
He's got this intimidating aura. That he's just there with the jogger
他
pants.
教过我，真的教过我们。
教过你很凶啦，很凶啦。But he was very nicer to you guys, but very bad to us.
Oh no!
So bad. I can tell you what we went through later. Right? He got this Chinese word, dance wu. On his neck and
tattooed,
and it's so intimidating just then with blonde hair, long la zai that time. Now see back very la, but that time it's like that's damn intimidating.
It's so cool,
you know. And he's walking with his girlfriend in front of us, in front of the KTM. So we're like, oh damn! If he joined this competition, we all say how to win like that. Two of us only.
Yes.
So we went to the venue.
Also, you guys joined as a duo.
So that is our first exposure to a Malaysia dance scene.
I see.
So they have a gathering.
Yeah.
They have this gathering and all sort of people that I've never seen before, never met before. So it's a very intimidating moment for us. Two of us just sat at the corner. We registered. What do you do? They have battle out of the blue, you know, like people picking fights. Suddenly got one battle. Like, it really happened. Not in movie only.
It's not 打架, but it's like
dance battle.
Oh my god.
So for me, it's a very
Wow.
what is
Mind
this?
blown.
I like what I see. You know, that kind. I want to be that kind of badass who can just pick fights with people and win over there, show who's the biggest badass, you know. So
Through dance.
True dance, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
so that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
you know, hormone still raging. Hormone is still raging. Like 18-year-old, you know, just finished.
Yeah.
So
And
not
then
even
the
birthday
ego.
yet. Yeah, the
Yeah.
ego very strong. I want to be better than you, that kind of thing. So
Yes.
we went there and got humbled by everyone. Everyone is just so good. We
Yeah,
dream
yeah.
of popping. We learn popping, a bit of breakdance, and they are so good.
Yeah, yeah,
and some of them can flip and then do things that we see in the movies and the commercials, and
Yes.
it was so amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
And
Was that your first dance competition that
my
you've seen?
first dance competition. Be involved. Last time, go walk the mall. Dance competition, watch. That's
Walk
all.
the mall.
During in the mall summit, always got right last time. So we just like, oh wow, very cool, but
Yeah.
so far reached. But
Yes.
that time you're in that event.
Yes.
You're involved.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's
You're in
real.
it. Yeah.
Shit's real, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
going to compete. You're
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
performing in front of the judges, you know. I
Yeah.
can still now all that time the judges, now I'm talking to them. They are friends. But that time they are so
They look so.
OG.
Yes,
they're
yes,
OG.
yes.
They sit there with they come in late and they sit
Yeah.
there and the aura is there
Yeah,
and we
yeah,
have to
yeah.
perform. So we perform and it is that type of competition where the MCO,
Yeah.
the MCA,
MCO.
what is that party called? The government party, the Chinese one? The Chinese government
那个啦
party.
马华是
马
吗？
华, Mahua. What's I cannot remember the
MCA.
MCA.
Jared, you're like,
thank you.
MCA.
MCA. So suffer our person in charge. MCA.
this proves that we are out of touch.
We're so out of touch. I'm so sorry. It's even part of my history. I forgot about MCA.
So MCA.
And they organize. So it's that kind of event where they want to attract youngsters. So,
What's smart? Political party organized.
but there's a but.
Okay.
There is 1 first prize, 3 second prize, 5 third prize, and whole lot of consolation prize. So everyone is a winner. So it's that type of competition. So you join, just have fun. Everyone 要钱牌，
牌啊。
派钱. First place 500, second place 200, third place 100, then the rest 50 ringgit.
Okay.
With sigil.
With C.
Right? You
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
So
they make it look very nice, lor. Yeah.
youth friendly.
Yes.
But it doesn't sit well there because they tell us during the event.
Yeah.
They didn't tell us in anything.
Oh.
So when we went there, we're like, so 我有冇贏啊？ You know, it's like that.
我係第三個幾多？
我係第二，不過第幾個第二。It's that kind of thing, you know, ego speaking.
Yes.
That time young,
Yes.
forgive me. So,
Yeah.
So what happened is ECX, which is my current team, ELECOLDXHOT,
Yes.
they also did the same. So they have 5 members that time.
Yeah.
So one of the member refused to join. Maybe busy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But they have 4 members.
Yeah.
So they split into 2.
Yeah.
Duo.
2-2.
Also duo.
Oh.
Our team also duo. So the duo,
Yeah.
all 3 duos got second place.
Wow. So you guys
So-
are second place punya. Which place?
So we don't know. Right?
Yeah.
So
But not bad for your first competition. You get second place.
Then the
With
manager,
ECX some more.
yeah, then the manager was like, this guy, not
Damn.
bad, not bad.
And so
Then
young some more?
come to me, ask me, you want to go yum cha or not? So we went yum cha. Then he tell me about the team. Do you know ECX? Don't know. Really? That conversation actually happened. Do you know? Have you heard of ECX? No, I haven't heard of ECX. Have you heard of the 8 Second? Yes, I heard. Same thing. Oh my god. That was when we relive that moment, we can say, yeah lah, stupid people. Stupid youngster, don't know the team, don't know ECX, so big. Because by then,
Yeah.
ECX is already sweeping competition across Malaysia. Yeah, they are already like going to competition, sapu.
Right,
So
right.
that competition, because the
Right.
price is small, they decide to split in 2 to get more.
Wow.
Because
Smart.
for ECX,
Yeah.
right, like I told you the other day, for
Yeah.
ECX, competition that time
Yeah.
is our only exposure and is our only way to meet month's end. We have no shows because we are not famous yet.
Right.
We have no jobs
Right.
because we are not famous yet.
Yeah.
We have nothing. So we are just bunch of punks
Right,
that
right.
wants to dance. So when we have to go for competitions, and those some competitions have like 1,500 grand prize, 2,000 ringgit grand prize.
Right.
If we don't win, we starve. It's that simple. No one had a job.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's that. So that time
God.
they try to earn as much. So if this competition first prize 2,000, second prize
1,000.
1,000, can win with 3% or not? Can okay 3-2.
Wow.
We sapu.
Wow.
We can win or not? Cannot. Okay, 5% one team. Like that. We try to win.
There's a strategy also.
We have to strategize, and we have a set of routine that we will use. And for this set of routine, for one whole year, no one can beat this routine. We repeatedly recycle the routine. Nobody can beat the routine.
Oh my God.
And and the thing is, us doing that have a very bad taste on the scene.
People. Yeah,
and
for
they
sure.
they say like, wow. This
Yao
guy,
Lei?
and they don't like us because everyone was from the same studio, which is Urban Groove at that time.
I've
And
heard of Urban
Groove is very
yeah.
big, and it's very good that Urban Groove exists because it helped to inspire young people about hip hop and teach them about hip hop. They set up 4 studios in KL alone. So it's a very
wonder.
in Penang got 1, Perak got 1, Johor tried and everything. It's very big. It's a franchise, and just things happen. Things will happen, and then they start closing one by one, and then they have 1 studio now in Subang.
Only one.
USJ, only one last one. I think from what I last heard.
I understand.
Now, so
so the people around you guys don't like.
don't like us because they have this understanding of this is real hip hop. But whatever we're doing is not them. It's not whatever they're doing. It's us. It's ELECOLDXHOT style. So we pick off whatever we see on YouTube.
True.
Oh, I like this. We take this. We
Pick
take
and
this.
choose.
All this electronic style that only exists in Korea,
Yeah.
only exists in Japan.
Yes,
And then we
yes.
just import it here and make it our style. And then we just keep sapu all the competition, and they don't like it. And they say, that's not real dance. And then why are they winning? All these complaints start coming in. But then we have no choice and we have to eat.
Yeah.
So because everyone doesn't like us, our philosophy during that time is if you want to win by a mile. Let all yang sing tiu kai.
Yang seng tiu kai.
Don't win a little bit because if favoritism is in that judgment, you will lose.
Then it doesn't count.
And it doesn't. You just lose because if let's say you win by 5 points. Okay.
Yeah.
The second place, that guy, then your competitor is from the same studio as the judge. So who's gonna win? So if the favoritism is a component, then obviously that guy, and that's what we feared. So if we want to win, we have to win by a mile.
That nobody can say anything.
If you want to say something, you will look bad.
Right.
So that is our motto in a way. So that have driven us all the way until now.
Wow.
We try to be that. We try to win by a mile. But over the years, people learn and they get exposed, and teachers from overseas start coming in and they start getting educated dance wise, and they start being very good, and it becomes a competition to us also to try to win. So after a while, we try to start to recruit some new members and then try to change our strategy.
Innovate a little bit.
Innovate. Then we joined Mokik Han and everything.
Yes,
that I wait for you to ask.
Yes, because for how I knew about, I think before I met you guys, like how I knew you guys. How I know about ELECOLDXHOT is from Mokik Han, not the Astros.
Wu Jisian.
Yeah. It's a dance competition.
Astro Battleground. Astro Battleground.
Oh my god. And it's so cool because like we only see, for me at least, like who's not in the dance scene, right? Like we only see like
TVs, the one that comes into TV that is easy to.
Yes, that is our only exposure. Otherwise, it's from movies like Step Up, things like that.
Overseas story,
Yes. So we don't see local Malaysian dancers in dance crews, doing things.
That is,
Hip hop dance, Chinese people dance hip hop dance like Malay.
Sometimes it will be cringy one actually.
Right.
You'll be like.
So tell me about your experience into when you guys started winning a lot more, and then joining TV shows, TV competitions, and then started joining international competitions and doing international shows. So give me that.
Every journey must go up.
Yes, yes.
Everything must go up. If not, then you're
At
doing
some
something
point.
wrong. You're doing something wrong
Yeah,
already.
yeah,
So for us, it's always dream. We always had our eyes on this competition called HHI.
What is that?
Is Hip Hop International, which is in Vegas. What got our eyes on that competition is the Philippine All Stars. They went there and they shocked the whole world.
They won?
They won by a mile. They won by a mile, and everyone like, what? That's the first time they see amazing stunts that you see like Indian groups. You know that now the Indian groups are getting very good with all the flips and everything.
Yeah.
Right, now,
It's like gymnastics
yeah,
all
yeah.
over.
Philippines the first one to do it, that kind of thing, but not at the level now because now it's a bit crazy. But that time
it's
is
a bit crazy.
sort of that kind of feel, and it's really intense, and that is like that's competition, you know,
And very fresh.
very fresh. And before that, the American crews and everyone, they're all like doing some pop song and then love song and then some beat, high beat song, fast beat song, you know, that kind of thing. So it's just very generic until the Philippines comes in and destroyed everyone. Destroyed everyone. Destroyed. So second place can't even come close to first place. It's that bad. It's that bad. They destroyed and they continue to destroy for a few more years. Because people just cannot imitate that kind of intensity with their genre, you know. So they have to do it like Philippines. And Philippines inspired the whole generation, the whole decade of how Hip Hop International should be competed. Because how they did it, everyone follow how they do it. And it took them a few years to able to come close. Yeah, so Philippines is a strong powerhouse that time. So it got us, we have to be there, you know, our dream have to be there. So we started to compete, and then local, Sungai Wang, go Sungai Wang, Times Square, Summit, all the small, sometimes you get lucky, got one competition, 10K, 10K, rich, next month, like that, you know, that kind of thing. And the problem we face with all these prizes, it doesn't come immediately. It will take
after
like
2 months,
3
months.
You're lucky if they give you cash. That is so lucky. Maybe once or twice a year only they do that. We always have to wait. We have the staff for a month, and then we get that's art life.
Right. So while you guys are competing, what is why is it starving? Like, because in my mind, right, I would imagine, you know, like in school again, like you maybe do a part-time job and then you come for training, and then at least there is some cash flow.
I tell you a bit of my journey.
Yes.
So I work as a receptionist of the theatre that I used to work. I used to dance for. So I work as a receptionist. As a part-time. Some weekdays, all weekend. So my monthly salary would be 400 because I'm not like working like from 9 to 5. I'm just working when they are open. When they open, they normally open at 5 o'clock. So by hour, 4 ringgit per hour. Then you calculate like that, 400 plus. 240 are spent on my transport per month to Cheras just to practice with ELECOLDXHOT.
Wow. So 160是什么？
Yes. So me and my best friend, that duo that joined the competition, both of us was noticed. Both of us joined.
ELECOLDXHOT.
ELECOLDXHOT. So Xiaotong was ELECOLDXHOT.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he competed with me recently. But I asked him to come join me for this competition. You were ELECOLDXHOT. Come back, join ELECOLDXHOT. Then he actually did. We got second place.
Oh my god.
In Klang. We just did.
What?
Yeah.
我不知道欸。
Yeah, it's very quite recent. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, like that.
Okay.
Very recent thing. So it's a heat of the moment thing, and just everything just falls together, you know, that kind of thing. So he joined this team with me. And our food we had to share. What we did is we go to Mama, because Mama that time with top up nasi, tambah nasi, tak payah duit. So we top up banyak nasi. Letak curry, free. So then we maybe put kuah lah, curry kuah and everything. Then we put 1 egg if we feel like having protein. We put 1 egg and we share that plate. 3 ringgit.
For everybody?
For 2 of us only. So we share. The rest of them got money, got a bit money. Some of them parents rich. Some of them got a bit saving. Some of them already start doing some shows, and we that time still trainee, cannot do show yet. So we have to go through that.
I see.
Yeah, they want to go eat 杂饭 lah. You go lah. no money eat. 6 ringgit. Where got money eat 6 ringgit?
Right.
We 3 ringgit, two both person share, 1 ringgit 50 cent. We have to bring an empty bottle just to go refill 20 cent. Then drink.
Drink water.
No water lah. We cannot afford that 1 ringgit 50 cent bottle.
Right.
And we drink a lot of water.
Yes,
you know, that training.
Yeah.
So that's then. So you can say it's also survival that we have to win a competition. So it becomes like that. And the way we train also, when I reach studio at 2-3 o'clock, we train until my last bus, 12 o'clock.
Wow.
If I don't have a last bus, I have a car, we would have trained until 2-3 o'clock.
Wow.
Is that intense? And there's no play around. Can I say boo? Can I?
You can say what?
Boo?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no bullshit around there.
Can I say boo?
I'm so trying to be modest here.
Very good.
Okay. So,
Bullshit is okay.
Okay, so there's no bullshit with Chris, and because Chris is a very charismatic but fierce leader.
Yes.
So what he did, he just walked in. We were playing around in the studio. We arrived early.
Very playful.
When Chris walked in, everyone like, okay.
很精英的样子。
thinking you switch on, then you know when you do something wrong, he won't even tell you what you did wrong. He'll look at you. You know what you did. You know that intensity. Then you're like, you have to figure out what you did wrong. You say the wrong thing. You think wrong there. Then let me see one more time. Then both also 2 move wrong already.
Yeah.
So and he did throw his shoe across the room and hit someone because he's so mad that we keep repeating the wrong move. You have to understand that everyone come from a very weird background that is not dancer.
Right.
No one have official dance training.
Not even.
Not even him.
Oh, really?
Not even him. We got our training, interestingly, from the dance machine in the arcade. Before ELECOLDXHOT, they were arcade dance machine dancer.
What
and
do you
they
mean?
compete.
Oh.
You know those dance machines? Dance Revolution?
踩
But it's not Dance Revolution, it's
Yes.
Pump It Up. So it's a
Okay.
diagonal line with the center one.
Okay.
So you know those people who
Yeah.
they are them.
Oh my god.
The Lala Zai in Sungai Wang, they are them. Wow, the hair long, gold color hair, them. They are that bunch.
在一种爱吗？
Times Square or them, it's them. So sometimes occasionally you go, you see them. It's that bunch. So they graduated from there. They say, if I can win competition with this, then dancing shouldn't be so hard. And they tried dancing.
Yeah.
And they got very good at it. So
it's from the arcade training.
we have no studio training at all. YouTube is our only teacher.
Damn.
So we are not tied down. I think it's also very important as an artist that we are not tied down to a single philosophy or teacher. Let's say this teacher will tell you this.
Yes.
You follow this for the rest of your life. It doesn't work that way. No, hip hop is like this. Then you do hip hop like this for your life. No.
Yeah.
Things evolve.
Yes.
It's supposed to evolve. Things change. Jazz changed a little. Ballad changed a little. Throughout the years, it stays the core the same, but then creativity comes in. That's why it's art. You know. So we don't lock ourselves in a genre. We just do things that is interesting. So this works do, and then it becomes us.
Yeah.
So
but that's why also people are a bit mad at you guys.
so that's not proper.
那个不是
And we are doing wave differently. People doing waves like this, and we are doing waves like this, and they are like having this dilemma that it's nice, but it's not right. You know.
Should I correct them? I kind of like it though.
If I correct them, but I'm losing.
Yeah.
And they're losing, and they have no right to correct us. And we are not doing it right either. It's that kind of situation. That's why there's a friction between us and the community. But then after a while, when we join Astro Battleground, and the masses, the public start to accept us, and the community start to accept us. They respect. Okay, this guy actually can. It's not just one trick pony. Because what we did is we used 4 routines and destroy everyone. But in Astro Battleground, they'll give you new theme.
Yes,
they give you new theme every round. Like today you have to do this. Tomorrow you have to do popping. It's not blocking. Starting Battleground is like that. It's just genre of dance. After that they give you theme. You have to do Power Ranger. You have to do boxing, and you have to choreograph around that. And we did way better than everyone. And we got best showcase every single round. So that's when the respect comes in and this guy is not just
It's
like
not
that.
just these four dance four routines. Yeah.
They are very flexible. They are very good dancers and stuff. And then that start everything become easier to work with other groups. That is after the second year I joined.
Okay.
Because at the end of the year, baru they joined Astro Battleground.
I see.
Before that, we go to Singapore to join their competition. We go here, we go there. Anything that is not Malaysia, better lah. Because Malaysia is too judgmental. When you go overseas, you are seeing
and then
someone.
you come back, then you have a little bit of standing. And
but
the
before I
community.
joined, ECX was humbled in Singapore. Singapore that time is 4 years ahead of Malaysia in terms of dance scenes. Yeah, they are so good. They are already following LA style already. But we are still like stuck here. What is hip hop? You know, that kind of thing. So the ECX, big head, everything. Wow, I can win Sapu or competition, go Singapore, get humbled.
Yep.
Number 7.
It's a good thing, what?
Yeah, they come back, they learn a lot, and okay, we have to be better than that. So it's our nemesis is never Malaysian dancers because our nemesis always been Singapore. So when we go to Singapore and we won, and it also a very interesting situation is because that competition is meant to find the representative of Singapore to go to Australia, hip hop supremacy, to compete
In Australia.
in Australia.
With the Singapore flag.
Yes. So Malaysian team, they do not have a restriction that saying Malaysian team cannot join because I think they don't think
know
Malaysian team can win.
lah. Yeah.
So we joined along with several other Malaysian teams.
Yes.
There is the Johor very famous group until today, Twister. They are a very famous group, studio. So they also sent a few groups there and joined, and no one made it to the finals except us. And then we won. We won first place.
In Singapore.
And so bad until some of the Singapore dancers had to come to us and warn us, say, now you're representing Singapore, please be careful.
Do properly.
Do properly. Don't let us down. Like that, like sort of passive aggressive warning us. And we're like, did he just say that?
Did this Singaporean just warn me?
We're still like, and the solo, we also won.
Wow.
We won. Our teammates won the solo.
Oh my God.
So solo and group, we are representing Singapore. So everyone, Singaporean is not happy at all. Not happy. And we went there, kena sapu. We went to Australia, kena sapu because the Philippines went there and joined. Because the Philippines went there with 14 people backflip at the same time. How to win? Sorry lah, you win lah, like that.
Okay lah, 14个一起 backflip. Okay lah, 给你啦，给你。
But their routine is also very tight, very tight. And the rest of the group also very good. We realize that we are just this small in the scale of the global scale. So we are very small, even in Asia. We are very small. So we every time we go out, we get humbled, and that is very frustrating and also very enlightening.
Motivating.
Yes, there is a new height that we haven't reached, and that what actually drives us. You know, the view from the top is not so omnipotent, but the view from the bottom going up is very exciting. It's that excitement that keeps your passion burning. You know, so
that's why they say the journey.
The journey is
the
very fun.
preparation. The figuring things out and things like that.
It's a big suffering, but it's nice. It's very nice.
很爽, right?
很爽啊. My journey, I always appreciate most is the discussion. Because discussion, everything comes out and we get a good laugh until the training, and we get very serious and we start arguing with each other. It's the discussion.
Right? Nice. The start of something, the birth of creating something new.
Yep.
So, going through competitions, after seeing so many things, I remember you starting to teach when you were quite young.
Yeah.
Right?
It's quite young. So back then, before I started teaching high law, I was teaching.
We were both in high law, guys.
High law music. Is it high law music?
Halo music.
Academy, is it academy? Yeah. That high law. So we were there. I was the teacher, replacement teacher, because the Astro Battleground was hosted in high law. So when we win Astro Battleground, the owner of the high law sort of like get our leader, which is Chris, to teach. Then Chris wasn't too happy
Why?
teaching there because of some friction with the management.
Yeah.
So he had to find a replacement for all his classes. So I'm the replacement. So I went there and teach, and then I become permanent because money. So I have to
Yes.
stay there for a while, and then it got fun because the student was nice, and the program.
It's
There's a lot of
big group.
It's a big group. You know, it's always fun
It's
for
a
teacher.
community.
Yeah, it's always very
Yeah.
fun for teacher to teach a lot of students and then
Yes.
scream and then.
Especially for someone as energetic as you.
Yeah. I just need an output for my energy.
Yeah.
You guys are my guinea pigs because that time is also me learning to be a teacher.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
before that, I'm also already teaching, but only to younger kids. So you only
So
have
not teens.
You only have the qualification to teach younger kids because you are not that experienced yet.
Yes.
To be fair.
Yes,
So because if you actually teach a teen,
Yeah.
you're actually ruining them. You're actually destroying them. Destroying whatever they understand about dance. Whether it's a misunderstanding of a move or you don't know how to teach them properly and they do it wrong and become a very bad habit and it's very hard to change.
Deconstruct again.
It becomes like that. So
Or injury.
injury, yes. But because I'm not teaching break dance, I'm just teaching dance.
Yes,
so
yes.
injury is not a concern,
Right.
but more of the habit. Habit takes very
D2 lah. Foundation.
Yes, the foundation. And my foundation is not that solid. So I
Right.
don't think I can teach foundation during that time. So it was also a learning phase for
Learning
me.
curve,
And
yeah.
then when high-law, it's a plethora of guinea pigs.
Yes.
You imagine 100 over students, people from all walks of life.
Yep.
Every bad good habit is there. You know, from some people can dance, some people cannot dance at all. You try. No, you can. Just need a bit more help. Yeah. I'm kidding. So it's interesting. It's very fun. So you see, it's sometimes frustrating, but then when they start showing result,
Yeah, they put everybody in the same group together.
That's the thing about today's education, including the school system and also studio, because tends to put everything regardless of the grade.
Yeah.
So it becomes very hard for people students who are very good to improve.
Yes.
But very hard for people who cannot catch up to catch up.
Yes.
So I
There's
try
no
to
middle ground.
the ones that benefit the most is the one that I pay attention to, lor. Like that, lor. So I try to pay as much attention as I can to every student, but with 16 to 20 students in the studio, I can only see them as one bunch of people.
Yes.
So
Through the mirror.
and do you remember the schedule was very tight?
Oh my God. After 2 hours.
Yeah, I remember teaching from 11 until 8 o'clock without rest. There's no rest. I had to get one of the students to get Wendy's for me and eat while I teach.
Oh my God.
I remember in your class I ate while I teach. Burger.
不记得了。
I
Because the schedule was back to back to back.
Yeah, it's back to back. There's
Oh
no
my
lunch time for me
God.
because it's only the weekends, ma.
Oh yeah.
so-
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
So like that lah. That's the journey which I learned a lot about teaching, which
Right.
most of my syllables come from. And also there's this kid that followed me for more than 10 years already. 12 years, in fact. He followed me, 之间.
之间.
He followed me still from 8. It's just a singing, dancing,
Yeah.
singing, dancing class. So I teach the Chila.
Sheila 老师. Yeah.
How did COVID affect your dance career? Very.
Very.
But
We'll get into that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I teach this kid, and then they are all my guinea pig. I develop my syllables. I try what works, what doesn't work,
Yeah.
and at the end, I got these syllables that I really wanted to share to people, and then I stopped teaching.
Why?
Because competition got very intense. You can see there's a period where one competition is on top of another competition. So while we are busy with this competition, another competition is already starting round 1.
Wow.
So we have that period. So I have to stop a while teaching. And then focus there. And because during teaching high-law, I stopped
Competing.
doing shows for ECX completely.
Oh.
I was just so busy with high-law, and it's unhealthy for my performing life.
Right.
So I got it.
Well, did they pay you well?
No. Fun fact, dancer was never paid well throughout. Yeah, never paid well. until now.
Yeah. Do you do dance tutorials on TikTok?
I try to do one or two. You can go in and learn, try to learn, but it's all fingers,
There we go. Or finger.
Or
What's called tutting?
Yeah, but tutting. Well, basically, tutting is it is inspired in the Egyptian drawing of the
Yes.
King Tut.
Yes.
This. So it's basically that the original tutting is very linked to popping. It's a subcategory of popping. You say,
Okay.
let's say in popping there will be electric boogaloo. There is also animation.
Electric bulu.
Boogaloo.
Bugul.
Electric bulu. Electric bulu. Bulu berbulu bulu. Malay word got stuck there. Electric boogaloo, which is the actual dance of popping. Then
Yeah.
you see all the dance when they start dancing.
Yeah.
That is electric boogaloo. So then there will be animation. You basically animate something.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
use your body to animate. Let's say you animate a wave. You
Yeah.
animate a wave, or you animate liquid. You become very liquidy.
Yeah, liquid.
You become animate a robot. You become a robotic. And all these are animation. It's
And
under-
you're using your body to do it.
to replicate that object that you think. So animation.
Right,
okay?
right.
Then there is tutting,
Yeah, okay.
King Tut. So it's mostly hand,
Yeah.
but it's linked with popping. So you
Right.
pop a bit when you do it.
Right.
So it's mostly the hand becomes like this, like this, like this, like this. You're doing all the squares, all the shapes.
Yeah.
Very visual dance. Very
geometrical.
Yeah, it is for me now considered the most visually pleasing dance.
Yeah. Kenneth is
Yeah.
asking you to show an example.
I'll show an example.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
this is an example of a finger tutting.
Yes,
So
yes.
what you do is
Yeah.
you do this, this, or you can do this.
That's so cool. One more time for the camera.
Okay.
Lai,
So
lai,
the basic for finger tutting,
Yeah.
and this is called the equalizer, and
Yeah.
we can do this. Okay,
my
so
God.
that's just a small tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Basics. There are syllables for finger tutting. Very relatively new. Finger
Yeah.
tutting is a very new genre
Right,
that
right.
only exists in the past 7 to 8 years.
That's it?
Yeah. It's not that old. Tutting come
very
first.
recent.
Tutting come first, and then youngsters start. I can do more than with my hand.
Right.
And the fingers start coming out.
Right. And then in a very like TikTok now,
Yeah.
all social media,
And it
everything's
got
very
famous.
short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got famous. So I sort of capitalized on that, and then I got lazy.
So now you have to do it. There's no more excuse
Yeah,
already.
so if you're asking about a dance tutorial, maybe I tried to do a dance tutorial, a fun one, maybe 2 or 3 videos. You can try to find it
Yeah.
in Joey ECX.
On TikTok?
On TikTok.
Ha, there we go.
There we go.
Subscribe, guys.
Small promotion right there. Yay.
So, where were we again?
Where were
Oh,
we?
okay. So, I'm quite curious because spoilers or not spoilers, but like we are working on something together, and I hope that we'll be able to,
Make the most out of it.
yes, and
yeah.
on a big scale.
In a
you
very
know.
big scale.
Yeah, because I do, as much as we are performers, as much as we are creators, I write songs, you create dance,
Yeah.
out of,
Thin air.
out of thin air.
Yeah, basically.
Right?
Yeah.
But we are also educators. And
Yes.
what makes us, I think, different, what makes us different from a teacher and an educator is that we actually have our own teaching philosophies. We have our own syllabus. We have our own mindset and our own teaching style, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not just about dance. It's not just
Yeah.
about music anymore. It's about how you approach, what is the perspective,
Yep.
and the longevity of that education.
Correct.
Right?
Because when you say you are just teaching,
Yeah.
you're actually duplicating.
Yes.
Right? You are duplicating a few people who thinks the same.
Yeah, you're imitating. lor.
Yeah, imitating. So it's always imitating the teacher.
Yeah.
But what educator comes in
Yeah.
is what we are doing, trying to do, hope to do.
Yes.
want
We
to-
will do.
We want to do the best out of
Yes.
it. Try to make the best out of it.
Yes.
Is to create individuals that have their own mindset,
Yes.
that have a very good understanding of the whole craft,
Yeah.
and also know what they want to do
Yes.
as personally.
Finding their own personality,
Yeah,
their uniqueness.
that is so important, that dance teacher now, even music teachers doesn't really teach.
Yeah.
I understand that because you have syllables that you have to
Yeah.
follow strictly, and you know you have to do this. This is wrong. This is wrong. You know there are certain things like that. But art is a very strange thing that if lack something, the core of the music, which is yourself, it becomes either imitation or something empty.
Yes.
Yeah. So I believe that as educators, we have to really educate the next generation that this is as important as the technique.
Of course.
Yeah.
So how did your teaching philosophy developed as you after so many years of teaching?
This is very interesting actually. Young Joey, younger Joey, young immature Joey who just got into dance, used to think that technique is everything. It's true to a certain extent. Technique is only a tool to help you express what you are truly feeling. So if you put too much emphasis on technique, you will forget about your feelings and core emotions, the important things. Because you cannot just use tool as a tool as the main thing. You know, tool is to help something, to get something done. And what it helps to get done is getting things out there nicely. So dance technique. So what I believe this now is everyone can dance. Everyone can express. Okay, let's say I changed the way how I put this in. I take an average Joe. I take this Joe. I asked him, listen to this music. Do you feel the music? Yeah, I can feel it. Try to express it. Then he danced weirdly. You know? So a dance instructor come in and teach you how to express it nicely.
But it's from you.
Yeah, from you. So this is how I see it. You know, same goes with singing. You know, the singing technique is help you to express what you feel properly.
Yes. And not me imposing what I think you should do.
Yeah, it's very important. Oh, let's go. Mindset, sama.
And that's why we have to really thank Sheila for bringing us back together again after so many years.
By the way, Sheila was our the high-law singing teacher. Was her
singing teacher.
My co-worker.
She is the first person to actually taught me what contemporary singing is. Yeah, like I used to do all the 民谣歌, the folk songs. Wow, cannot man. No, thank you. And then she was the person who told me, you have a unique voice. Use your voice this way instead of trying to copy what everybody else is doing, you know? So from teachers like her, teachers like you guys, right? Like you guys really inspire the younger ones or the upcoming ones to want critical thinking. Which is something that we're lacking even in our normal education system, right?
She puts magic back into students. That's a very beautiful thing. So when I see it, the way she teach, and I'm just so inspired. Like, this teacher is very different.
Yes.
So different, you know. Instead of saying how you should do this and how you want to do this.
Right.
You know, it's a very different question.
How do you want to do it? 他丢回那个 question 给你，对不对？
you want to do it like this? Okay, I teach you how to do that.
Yes.
You know, instead of you have to do this, I teach you how to do this.
Right.
You know, it's not like that, you know.
Yeah. And do you realize like you know 为什么之前跟你跟到这样久 you know or even me 我会 you know who's your dance teacher? I will always remember it's Joey, not Chris, you know? Because like as being in the role of an educator, you will have an impact in your students' lives forever. You know? 我们好像觉得 like 看到很多学生，我们讲了很多学生，it's just sometimes it can be there are good days and bad days, and we you know
we try to make the most out of it.
Yes,
you know, and
but for that student, you know,
is the only moment in their life we have to do with dance, you know. So I didn't realize the impact that I'll be making on people's life until people responded to me. After a while, I got this person who I just had a small talk with him and say that I just told him you should travel because he's stuck. He hit a wall as a dancer, as a performer. He's a b-boy. He's a break dancer. So,
b-boy.
B-boy. That's what we call break dancer. But it's so cute, right?
That's a name I haven't heard in a while. It's a b-boy.
So he's a b-boy. He's a very good b-boy from this crew called Famous Crew. That's the name of the crew. He got stuck in his journey, and he's like, I
He
don't
hit
know.
a plateau.
Yeah, I don't know how to improve, and I cannot find the motivation to improve. Risky move, yes, I can imagine me doing it, but actually
Doing it.
taking the risk to do it, I don't know. But if I do it, so what? People can do it also. It's that kind of thing. That kind of very weird.
And people can do it
wall.
well also.
Do it better than me.
Yeah,
learn, waste time, but don't learn, not improving.
Yeah.
So he asked me that. I said, then go travel. You just go. Very simple conversation. Go travel. I tell him about my travel stories and stuff. And then he actually did it. He went to China. He went to Korea, and he meet people. He jammed with people. He joined one team temporarily and stuff. He came back, and in one competition, I was a judge in that competition, and I was a contestant. He came to me, and he was we had a cigarette break outside, and he just like, hey, Joey, I'm so thankful for you. And I'm like, what? Like, as educator, it becomes part of us to inspire people to be the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that is very important to everyone as an educator also, even to teachers. You want to inspire the best out of your students instead of making them live the way you want. Yeah, that's very important. As a parents also.
As parents,
very important.
Yeah. And sometimes as educators, I feel like we play the middle role of managing the parents and then also managing the child, coming together.
Which can be very difficult at sometimes, It's quite,
I see your face, so I know it started.
I've handled difficult parents before. Parents who demand that, my kid have to be like that. Your kid is just not ready. It takes time, It's not like, you come to this class overnight. I'm a dancer now.
Yes.
It takes time, but some they want things to be fast, and they thought they pay this amount and they expect this amount of result in very short amount of time. It just doesn't work that way. Some parents just have to understand that and just give your kids time. To absorb, digest, and fell in love. Very important. Not every kid come into class and I fall in love with this.
I already love this. That's why I'm doing this. No.
I fell in love with dance before I joined the class.
Right.
So that's the difference.
Right.
So when I joined the class, I'm really like, I love this.
So you're absorbing as much as you can.
But some kids just join the class because the parents told them to. So you as the parents who forces your kid to do something better for themselves, is already a good step.
Yes.
It's a very good step.
Yeah.
But you have to give them time also.
Yeah.
Don't force them, don't ask them about result. So how do you do? Can you do that move already? Don't ask questions like that. How is the class? Is it fun?
Yes. Are you enjoying it?
That's a very important question. Very important question.
哇，喜欢，可以啦。
可以啊 Same mindset
Yes, exactly the same mindset. Okay, so I think we've been going at it for almost an hour and a half.
Oh wow.
Fun, right?
Oh, that's fun. That's really fun.
Okay.
So much to share some more, but then okay, times.
That means we gotta have a part 2 soon.
Yes, go. Part two. Okay.
All right. So I think something to sum everything up together, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about how you got into the dance. How you got into dance, a little bit of your competition journey, but not about the international stuff yet. So what is your biggest takeaway that you've gained from traveling, from performing
to competitions and everything?
Yeah, outside of Malaysia, what is the biggest takeaway that you keep until today?
It isn't I would say, okay, the thing that follows me until now would be the language, Chinese. Okay, Chinese, because I went to China.
Yes.
Director asked me, interviewed me in Chinese. I have to speak to them in Chinese, and I have to understand what they say. I have to understand because of their dialect and slang is so heavy, and Malaysian is just so spoiled.
Yes, 我们很懒惰。
很懒惰，讲华语都是乱讲啊，人明白就好了啊。他们那你乱讲到这里，怎么讲得这样奇怪？
对，你在说什么？
说什么？谁咯？好啊。So but other than that, what I realize now is what everyone already know. It's just that you don't really think that is very important. Your youth is so much only. Okay? It's just that month. Your prime is 18 till 25. After that, you're already thinking about settling down. Thinking about what my studio, how should I open a studio? Should I do this? Should I do that? You're thinking that you're not thinking about going out already. You're already thinking like, maybe I should start or think about starting. So for those who now in that age range,
Prime age.
you should really enjoy more. That's one thing that I could take from all this traveling, because I wish I've enjoyed it way more, because when I think back, there's so much opportunity I've wasted. Yeah, there are certain opportunities. Okay, let's just say, I feel tired that time. I just feel tired. I've had my fun the whole day. I had my fun. I just want to sleep. Go back hotel and sleep. Everyone's going to the nightclub. I should have went, because that moment is not going to come back. It's just there, just going, whether it's traveling, whether it's in Malaysia with your friends and everything. The youth is something where you make mistakes and when you learn and everything. All these are very valuable. So my take from all this thing is really to have fun, to really enjoy to its fullest, not just by that simplicity of the word. Is really look deep and think about having fun and learn at the same time.
And be present in the moment.
That's very important.
Right?
Don't think so much about tomorrow. There first.
So, and be present, enjoy each moment, and live like there's, not to say live like there's no tomorrow, but like
live like you scared you might regret. Oh no, it's not gonna be that. Just live, just live the best.
Live and enjoy.
I couldn't think of a good word to sum it, because it's just so indescribable. The certain amount of small regrets that I take from reliving that moment, because the whole team went and I didn't go. And sometimes I went to a different place because I've met someone there, it's a different genre. I'm more interested in that genre, but it's that kind of thing. You should have just go with everything. Just be greedy. Be very greedy with experience.
And chase.
Be very, very greedy with experience. That's very important. Very greedy.
I like it. Be very greedy with experience.
Because that's something that you're going. That's one thing that's very funny, but it has become my life philosophy. The stupid things you've done as a kid is gonna be a story for your grandchild. So if you do not do stupid things more,
there's no story to tell.
I've worked 9 to 5.
That's it.
Throughout my youth. The end.
The end.
It's just, you're gonna regret it. Just live more, but don't risk your life. That's very important, because you can risk your life 100 times, and that only take one time to go wrong, and that's end of your story already.
The end.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more question before I let you guys go, before I let the team go as well. What is something that's keeping you, creative and motivated right now during the pandemic? Because the pandemic, like for us as musicians, we have no shows. For dancers, there's no shows, no competitions. What is helping you stay grounded during these times, and what are you looking forward to when the pandemic is over?
I guess the pandemic affected a lot of industries, but especially the art industry, because we just cannot perform and everything, like you said. But we all know that performing is just part of our job, just one small part of our job. The main part of our job is the music itself. So for me, how do I stay motivated is don't stop doing it. For me, it's just the refusal to accept the fact that I had to stop. So that I think that stubbornness is very important. You just there's no shortcut way or one way that applies to everyone. That's for sure. Everyone comes from a different background, have a different mindset, have different upbringing, and different philosophy, life philosophy. So what drive me, if you ask me in particular, is the stubbornnness. Is me.
I don't think it's stubborn, it's your determination.
Determination. I would think this as a very negative but positive thing. A negative thing, but
negative term, but it becomes a positive thing for you.
Because it's for me, I just refuse. For me, it's actually literally refuse to accept that I was forced to stop because of the pandemic. Yeah, my absolute denial.
Yes.
And you say like, oh, okay, I cannot dance.
Yeah. What do you mean I cannot dance?
Why? I go down dance. Switch on music, go down dance. People chase me away, go another place. It's that kind of stubbornness that
so a bit crazier.
You to be a dancer, you have to be a little bit crazy. If not, just change your career.
Wow. Painful, but the truth.
Yeah, so nobody would skip out the stereotypical work lifestyle to be a dancer, just be people with a bit cuckoo in the head would do it,
Yes.
So if you meet any dancers, they are a bit
cuckoo,
a bit one screw loose in their head right now. Or the whole thing is not there. You have to find out. Get to know them. Dancers are very interesting people. You can talk a lot about experience that you've never heard about.
Yes.
You just have to really get to know them.
Yeah. And I find that, right now, two groups that I find very, very similar are dancers and fighters. Both also kind of... one...
Oh, but... To my term just now, it's kind of true. You can't be normal if you want to get on the ring and get punched by someone else. You can't be that normal. Yeah.
And then you guys, there's a choreograph. There are steps to movements and things like that. And then two also ego. Oh, who's the bigger? Like, you want to battle?
Always in the dancer's blood. I think mostly in the dancer's blood that you want to be a better one. Positively, a better one peacefully. Better one than another one in terms of just appeasing your ego. And I don't think it's a very, very bad thing to sometimes satisfy your ego a little bit, because that is what the core of your creativity is. It's your ego. Your ego in your piece.
Yes.
That's very important. You have to spoil yourself a little bit.
There's a reward so that you want to strive for more, for more. All right, so for those of you who don't know, Joey actually, he recently had a knee surgery from a pretty bad injury. So
one knee surgery and then 2 months later, MCO.
Yes.
Yeah, so
really thank you for coming out, for doing this, for driving here some more.
It's not that far. I'm good. I'm happy to be in this podcast. This podcast is fun. I get to share something. I get to scream a little bit.
So next time we have to scream more. I would love to dive deeper into, for next time, how did you, what is dance education for you? How did you learn for yourself, that kind of thing. I think it's quite important because here, I always think, even for music, everything is secondhand.
Yeah.
Like jazz music, soul music, R&B, things like that. Everything, it's from America.
Yeah.
So what was that, how was that like for you, and then what is the, Malaysian dance scene like? We touched on that a little bit. But not, deep. And, hopefully, like, as our collaboration is coming closer, like we
can do more.
Like have workshops and things like that, so that we'll plant seeds now. Intro, Sian.
Old and crippled already, can see the seeds all become trees. Oh, so nice.
才有 fruits 嘛。
有 fruits 可以吃。
All right, so thank you all so much for tuning in today. This is Music Nation Speaks, and we have Joey Ang from ELECOLDXHOT, dancer, choreographer, and dance instructor. So follow Joey at Joey
Montut. MONTUT. That's on Instagram. But then on Facebook, just find me at Joey ECX.
Joey ECX. All right. So thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Have a great night. Be safe. Be well. And check out Major Music and Music Nation. Okay. Good night. Bye.
Bye.